So we are losing light quick and we are losing it fast, but we decided to come outside to record this because it is absolutely beautiful. I just got off work. I do not want to be inside anymore. So I decided to record this week's review out here. So if there's more noises, more distractions, or if you actually enjoy the view, fantastic. And this is actually very fitting because this week I want to talk about how being perfect when it comes to your manifestations can actually deter you. Change is sometimes good. And the one thing I've learned most from Florence Scovel Shinn is everything in the Bible is a metaphor. Everything you are utilizing in this practice is to bring forward your inner vision. So, using different text, using different techniques, and utilizing your own style of manifestation and verbiage is what is going to serve you best because everyone is having their own experience. Words that mean something to me might not mean something to you. And I wanted to share this because in this week, I actually purposefully put in a different spelling. One of the affirmations was, my ships all come over a calm sea. Now, someone would think sea as in the ocean, but I put it as sea. It comes through calm vision, through clarity. I wanted it to be a double entendre. I wanted it to have more meaning. And the irony is when I changed the verbiage to a non-linear, more eclectic style of affirmation, I actually was able to visualize a ship coming over a calm sea, which actually is very powerful. And to be honest, one of the first times I've actually been able to visualize. Visualization has been very difficult for me, and I believe it has to do with being a neurodivergent, how my brain works, how I'm taking in so much all at once. Speaking and trying to visualize at the same time just hasn't been something that has really stood out to me. Visualization is something that comes over music or receiving energy healing, something where I can put all my senses inwards rather than looking at text, reading text, because reading is very difficult for me, being dyslexic, because I'm not just taking in the words, I'm taking in the emotions they are instilling, and that can amplify my body's neuroreceptors, which then makes it more difficult to visualize. Now, do I eventually want to get there? Of course. And is this opening up a new possibility for me? I'd like to think so, because the simple fact that I was able to visualize by switching up the words is a cue that that works for me. That's a new technique. And I was able to actualize it by doing it. I feel like in these practices, we're told you need to do X, Y, and Z to get A, B, Z. A, B, Z, I don't even know. But for me, what I've noticed so many times is not even just in manifestation, but in healing practices. I know people try to put things into a nice, perfect little box for people to do to get a result, but humans aren't meant to be put in a box. We are messy, we are beautiful, we are explosive, and this practice has taught me that doing things linearly just does not work because life is not linear. Life is secular. So as we go in cycles, can we find linear activities to fit into slots as that wheel starts to move? Absolutely. That's what helps you keep your bearings. It keeps your boundaries intact. It keeps your energy intact. And everyone's bearings and cycle is going to be different. A beautiful example of this, and the most basic, is male versus female. Yeah, because of their hormones. Duh. But there's so much more. Everybody is so different because everyone's having a different lived experience. So you have to calculate that into it, amongst other things. So this week, I really didn't change any of my other routines. And if you're just now joining me, you can go back and watch my other videos. I go into detail about what I experience each week, and I didn't change anything in particular. What I did add was I'm doing a heavy metal detox. So I've implemented a few new steps in my physical care. Every night I do a energy healing around the lymphatic system to support my drainage pathways. I just got humic and fulvic acid in the mail. I'll link that down below. It's through the company Triqueta. I really like their stuff. The guy who created the company has a great story, as most holistic companies these days. But what I found was I really had to lean into my energy healing to support my body as I was detoxing. And today, what came up and out of me was a deep emotional release. With every detox, there's always some deep emotional transformation that comes out of it. I believe the two are intertwined. Every time I've done a detox, no matter what it is, something comes out of my body. And this one was really intense. Heavy metal detox is one of the last ones you should do. What you should start with is your drainage pathways, parasite cleanses, then move into the liver, do the kidneys, and then move into the heavy metals, because you want all of your drainage pathways and lymphatic system moving to support that release. So I had a big release today, and I really was leaning into the lessons that really filled my life last week, which was nothing is linear. Lean into what doesn't seem to fit. Take a chance on it, because the visions and the clarity will come out of it if it works for you, if it's something that feels right for you, which can be met with animosity from other people that you're around, because it's simply different. People are taught to mistrust different. So if you've never done an energy healing practice and you see someone doing something different than the rest of the people are doing, you're going to mistrust it, even if it could be something that's jaw-dropping, amazing, show-stopping, just full on the best thing you could have ever imagined. It's learning to trust your body is where the magic happens. And when I was writing these affirmations and creating this video for this week, I remember sitting there and wrestling with, well, people are going to judge me. People are going to view me differently if I don't write C, like the word see, because it, in context to the book and the verbiage, C spelled SEA is what worked within that context. But I knew that in doing C, something beautiful was going to come out of it. At the time when I made it, I didn't realize I was going to start visualizing. I didn't realize it was going to bring my affirmation to life. I had no idea. So this was a very intimate transformation for me, because I am dyslexic. So not only was I pushing against, I wouldn't say pushing against, I was confronting a fear that has been so deeply instilled in me over my lifetime, because I'm different, because I think different, because I literally see things different. But being dyslexic is just a different way of observing the world. It's not wrong. And many times we're told you need to be in a box to be accepted, to fit in, and that's absolutely not the case. The analogy I love to use over and over is the microbiome. A healthy microbiome, which supports human health and human life, your mental strength, your mental agility, mental health, as well as gut health, reduces bloating, is having a overflowing microbiome of diversity. The more diverse your microbiome is, the healthier you are. So in a world where we may be told you need to fit in a box, if it feels wrong to you, lean into that, because this is your practice. So what best serves you may not be what everyone's talking about, what everyone's doing. You need this practice I found is about learning to trust your intuition. It's about learning to come into contact with infinite spirit, your source. This is meant to be an example. It's meant to inspire you, and it's meant to teach you how to seek what your divine essence wants, what your body wants, what your soul wants, what your nervous system wants and needs. You are a diverse, beautiful human being, and you deserve to be seen in your totality. And the first way to be seen is to see it in yourself, to experience it in yourself. And that's the one thing that I love about this practice is I'm really seeing who I am. And I'm also getting to see in real time how infinite spirit is working with me when I trust the process, even when it is fucking uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, when it is uncomfortable, that's when I'm like, lean in. It's the trustful. It's not just, I used to visualize myself like hurtling into things, but now I'm like, lean into it. I lean and then I trust fall because I know I'm going to get caught. And that's another beautiful picture because that never used to be the case. I used to believe I had to fight for everything. And this ease is coming into my life with such force. It's like a dam has been broken, but it's just such a beautiful cleansing. I just see flowers in bloom as they wash over the barren land. It's like a magical scene in some type of old school anime or animation where water flows over the barren land and the world is reawakened and there's flowers and there's little critters and it's so beautiful. And that's my life. And I love being this whimsical. I love it because I realize how much life steals that. And I love having it in my life. I love how it's nourishing me. I love how it's feeding me. I love how it's fueling me. And it's amazing how simply trusting to shift from C to C, even though it was different, and combining two ways of thinking and being into one sentence so I could have two experiences at once. By golly, Miss Molly, it was magical. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I just wanted to take a second this week to say this practice is about getting whimsical AF. It's about trusting your inner desires, your inner dimensions. It's about leaning into that trustful that's so beautiful that's just gonna it's just gonna catch you. But you have to get used to it, and the more you get used to it, the more your nervous system can adapt and support you. And that's where nervous system healing really comes in. Talked about it time and time again. I do energy healing. I do it every single day. And I've really been leaning into doing grounding practices. I'm getting back into it because it's we've gone through a lunar eclipse and we are in Mercury retrograde, so everyone else's emotions be wiling out here. So make sure you stay grounded. I like to listen to my grounding frequency followed by the dyslexia frequency. Keeps me intact. And then I also do my drainage pathways and lymphatic pathways to make sure my body is moving and flowing. If you're going to do one of those, do the lymphatic system. I've been doing that at night. Again, drainage pathways I've been doing that because my heavy metal detox and then my nervous system regulation. I'm about to go inside and do that because today was whack. It was, it was something else. But I learned it's because the moon was in Scorpio, and that's something I'm going to be talking about in my astrology video. That's going to be coming up, the astrology update. Check those out if you're into astrology, because I'm also finding as I go through this practice that those energies definitely play a part, and I've had to learn to kind of step into a deep state of trust of knowing that it's all working out and just getting in the back seat and trusting that I'm being taken where I need to go. But on some of these rougher days, having energy healing to support me get through it is absolutely crucial, especially when things are coming up and out of me, big emotions. I had a really big emotional release today, but my affirmation practice has not changed. Weekends are still my Shabbat. Friday, Saturday, that's when I do my EFT tapping. That's when I get into my spiritual readings and just kind of really lean into that work. So it's been very beautiful. And it was more of a gentle experiencing this week in regards to my affirmations, and as it should be. It was just nice to be, see, and be seen. And sometimes that's all we need. And that's building a firmer foundation of trust within ourselves, which is really what I want for myself in doing this practice. And it's something that I want for you. If you want to join, you're more than welcome to. You can check out the Magic Mindset playlist. It has all of the Florence Scovel Shinn books I'll be getting my inspiration from. It has the affirmations I'm using and the videos weekly, the weekly reviews to let you know what I was experiencing, what I did to get the most from this practice, so you can not only have some type of understanding, but it's also a way to support you through this affirmation practice, because it is creating a new reality. And in doing that, there it is accompanied by a crumbling of the reality that you've had in place, which can be a little dismantling at times, quite literally. So if you want to just understand what I'm doing, check that out. If you want to join me, you're more than welcome. I always love people joining me. And if you feel inspired, share it with somebody. But I always love hearing people's comments when it comes to this practice and this work. So if you're joining me and you're seeing this video, you want to share your experience of what you've been going through this week, please do so. I love to hear it. And I'm wishing you all the best, amazing blessings, and we'll see you in the next video.